Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Terry Wager, Christine McGinley, Generator Coaching.
Today we're talking about where's your courage? Where's your courage? Why aren't you being courageous today? Or where can you be courageous? A little more courageous.
We're talking about this time where we're highly emotional and highly intense. And people are hesitating right now. They're hesitating about going out. They're hesitating about what their job is going to be. They're hesitating about paying bills. We're hesitating in everything. And it's really about hesitating about making plans. And hey, Stuart, good to see you. People are hesitating everywhere in everything right now. And it boils down to what ifs.
What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if I can't hit that number? What if my employees get sick? Who covers them? What if I can't get more clients? What if I can't write an email? What if I can't get anybody to buy the product I'm doing? What if nobody shows up to my webinar?
Yeah, and you know, the funny thing is the real plague right now is COVID, or is the what ifs, not COVID. We think it's COVID,
that makes so much sense.
But it's really
the plague is
dreaded
the
what ifs. And so what ifs causes us to lose our focus. It causes us to forget about our goals. It causes us to forget about what direction we're going, and it causes us to go off, change directions, deviate from our plans. It really gets in the way of what we're doing.
Would you say it's like a form of procrastination? Like Doug's pointing out, oh, I'll do that later. It's a time waster, the what ifs, the stories.
Exactly, right on, Doug. Our hesitation is procrastination. Our procrastination is all from this fear of what might happen. And it's like trying to cross a bridge before you get to it. I had a client that I worked with a while ago, many years ago now, and he came in and he was actually afraid of crossing bridges. Now, it's really funny because Portland is Bridge City. It's the city of bridges. There's like 14 or 15 of them. You have to go across the bridges to get to half the state or half the city. And this guy lived across a bridge and he worked on the other side and he was afraid to cross this bridge. And I was actually talking to her about it and she thought I was talking in metaphors. And it's like, no, he's actually afraid of crossing this bridge.
It took a minute.
And the funny thing is one of the things I asked him is, okay, where does this fear that stops you and keeps you hesitating show up in other areas of your life? Because what we do one place, we do every place.
What you do one place, you do everywhere.
And so the funny thing is as I was working with him, it came out to be that he lived with this fear of what ifs. What if I get halfway across and there's an earthquake and I fall in the water? What if I can't get there in some way? And so we really started focusing on being in the moment instead of focusing on the what if.
Yeah, or sometimes we talk about there's not a thing called a crystal ball. You don't know, so you get going, and that's kind of where the courage idea of where is your courage is that.
Yeah, and where I started with this guy, and where I start with everybody. Hey, John, good to see you. Good to see you, Sharon. What I started with was the reality is that everything that's happened to you up to now, you've made it through every single situation that you have been in. You made it through.
That's a great point.
And the funny thing is our head, our ego, if you will, takes credit for that and goes, but I'm also scared about what might happen. And so it sits there and tries to warn us about the next thing that might happen. And so we have some questions that really, I think, start to help us move forward instead of stay in that stuck, hesitant place.
So I'm going to speak them in the I terms so you can internalize it for you and where you might be getting stuck or finding your ways to move forward. So where have I handled an experience that was anything remotely similar to this?
Right. And comment in the comments and let us know where you've experienced these things, what you are hesitating about. Really let us know where you're at with this, because it really makes us happy to see you comment.
So ask yourself, what did I do in that moment to get me through that? Was it you reached out for help? You paused for just a moment and then you're like, I'm going to do this anyway. I must. I know what it takes to get me to the success I want. So I'm just going to take action. What if you thought of what are all the great things that could come out of it? I mean, there's the dreaded what ifs and there's the possibility what ifs. So how can you just look to those possibilities to help you move through it? And then what is the likelihood that I will get through these events, these situations, these things that are around us? We can now get some masks. We can now get the protection that we need to go out. We understand a little bit more of what that looks like to move forward, to open our businesses back up, to be out. We know that there's possibilities coming that are great too. So living in that.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
When the what ifs come in, ask yourself how you're wrong. Ask yourself the positive possibilities. Ask yourself what you can do instead of what might happen that keeps you from moving forward. Because we're really good at catastrophizing and coming up with all of the damage that we have to mitigate.
So the fourth one, and really take this one in, is what is the most courageous thing, which we didn't really tell you what we meant by that, was where your courageous is your courage continuing on under rigorous and grueling experience. Just think of that. When you're in that what if, how can I continue through on that rigorous and grueling experience?
Type that in the chat. Continuing on under rigorous and grueling experiences.
Or
type that in the chat.
Lazy, you can write courage.
Courage. Courage.
So what's that thing, that intentional action you could take right now that will change your life, that will help you get that project done, that will help you get out there and get moving?
Stuart,
so
courage.
take that in. What is that thing? What's that thing that's resonating with you? What's going to get you up and moving? So you write it down. Now get up out of your seat when we're done.
And take action.
And go do it.
Take action.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take action. Have courage. Find your courage.
See everybody tomorrow.